Yesterday, whatever the things that have been downloaded, I have saved in my system in this particular folder, testing classes folder. These two are the config files, so test conf file and test spec file. So yesterday we directly started execution conf.js, something like that. So, but that is not the correct process to handle that particular task. So let us see how to execute the protractor script once our design part completed. So we have designed one spec file and we have designed a config file. So first open command prompt. Before going to execute the script directly, first we need to start Selenium WebDriver. How to start Selenium WebDriver? So open command prompt and enter WebDriver hyphen manager space start. It is going to start Selenium WebDriver. Yeah, now it is showing that Selenium server is up and running on the port 4444. So as I said, like by default, Selenium port number will be 4444, and whatever the Selenium configuration file that we have, that should have the port number 4444, because by default the port number is 4444. Now we started Selenium WebDriver. Now open one more command prompt. And now we have two files here, configuration file and specification file. Which file do we need to execute? As a high level point of view, we have direct functionality in the spec file, but if there are multiple spec files, or if there are multiple things related to configuration that we need to handle, then we need to go with configuration file only. So in that case, every time we need to execute config file. How to execute this config file? So here in this path, I have saved this particular test config file. I am going to take the path of the test config file. So this is the path. I am going to copy this path. Now open the command prompt what you have been opened recently, this one, and enter protractor space, paste the path here and click on enter. Once you click on enter, immediately it will open the browser and it will perform the action and it will give us the output. So this has been launched. See, if you observe this particular thing, I have opened two command prompts, right? So previously what we are seeing, this Selenium build is up and running on the port number 4444. Now it is updating the content what we have been executed, what we have been started. So here onwards, capabilities browser name Chrome, count is 1, and the Selenium server masked factory organized org.openqa.selenium QA remote server services. So everything will be displayed here. Local connections or only local connections are allowed, and whatever the execution part that it has been displayed, so it is going to execute the same script. But don't worry, here we have process exited with error code 1. Somewhere I have missed with closed parenthesis, so we need to update that one. I think it will be easy for you when you start working on this protractor script and execution part. So my suggestion is try to have this configuration as early as possible in your system. If you have any configuration issues, please let me know, so that I'll explain you how to configure it one more time, and then you can start with the script designing part along with the execution part. So before going to start Jasmine, just I want to know about the information. Do you want me to continue the script design part, or can we move to Jasmine framework? Because if we start Jasmine framework also, we have so many scripts over there. So that is the reason my intention is to start with Jasmine framework. So I think it is better to start Jasmine basics today, and then we'll continue with our script execution part, script design and execution part. Yeah. What is Jasmine framework? What is Jasmine framework? So Jasmine framework is nothing but, even though you are not going to install Jasmine framework in your system, even though you are not going to configure Jasmine framework in your system, Protractor by default will have Jasmine framework in their package. In that package, in the Protractor package itself, it is having Jasmine framework, which is a testing framework where every automation tester is going to be used. Okay, so before going to understand what exactly this, yep, so before going to know exactly what is this Jasmine framework, and what we need to understand first is what is mean by framework, how it is going to help us, and what are the types of frameworks. I think you people working with Selenium, right? So I think you know very well about the concept of framework and what are the different types of frameworks that we have in the market. So we have test driven, test data driven, behavior driven development, keyword driven development, data driven development, module driven development, architecture based development. Like that, different frameworks are there in the market. So every framework is having its own importance, their own importance. So every framework is having their own importance. Let's say for example, data driven framework. So we need to pass the data to our automation script. Module driven development, application will be divided into modules. Keyword driven, the script design will be used by using will be designed by using keywords only. Like the different frameworks will have different priorities, but all the frameworks will support non Angular JS applications. All the frameworks, like whatever the remaining frameworks that we have been discussed, that will support non Angular JS applications. Then by default, what type of frameworks that Protractor is having, which supports Angular JS applications? By default, Protractor supports BDD, behavior driven development framework. Behavior development, data behavior driven development frameworks. This behavior driven development frameworks in Protractor has been categorized into two ways. One is Jasmine, second one is Mocha. Second one is Mocha. So as I said, by default Jasmine will be there when you are going to install the package of Protractor, Node.js package. When you are installing Node.js package, by default Jasmine framework will be installed. So as I said, these frameworks are based on the complete JavaScript and Node.javascript and it has everything like syntax, reports, everything will be configured by default in this Protractor framework. So that is the reason, if any person wants to have this protractor in their system, then no need to have separate framework to be designed for that particular application. So in that case, we can use this predefined framework, which is nothing but Jasmine or Mocha, which will be used for JavaScript related applications and Node.js applications. Coming to Jasmine now. Coming to Jasmine now. So Jasmine is one of the BDD, as we know already in from the above point. Jasmine is a BDD. By default, Protractor, Node.js will have Jasmine framework. Jasmine framework. If you want to install Mocha, there is a separate process that you need to install Mocha. If you want to install any other frameworks, that we will have some other option that you need to follow. So like that, different frameworks will have different uh, syntaxes. Let us see how to install Mocha. So I am not going to install Mocha. By default, Jasmine framework is there in my system. So due to memory and time being, I am going to explain you how to install Mocha in your system by using command prompt. Mocha. So Mocha is one of the BDD framework. Mocha is one of the BDD test framework. Now you need to remember a point related to this Mocha. If you want to use Mocha test framework in your system, okay, if you want to use Mocha framework into your system, first you need to be prepared that you'll have BDD interface and chai assertions. Be prepared with BDD interface and chai assertions. These two are very important in order to use the framework. So how to install this Mocha? This Mocha should be installed by using command prompt. So open your command prompt, enter npm so open command prompt and enter this particular command. Once you enter this particular command and click on enter button, Mocha installation will get successfully completed, and after that enter npm space install chai. So this is one more thing that we can install into this. And next thing here, what is this chai assertions BDD interface? I hope yesterday we spoke about this point, interface. Everyone knows about interface. In today's thing, we have a term called chai assertions. chai assertions are nothing but assertion. Simply we can say what is meant by assertion means it's a condition. Assertion itself is nothing but a condition. Assertion is itself is nothing but a assertion itself is nothing but a condition. If you want to install Mocha in your system, open your command prompt and enter this command and click on enter button, so that Mocha will to your system. Then you have to install chai sessions to your system. Basically chai is nothing but a promised version where it keeps on executing the script based on the condition. So when you search about chai framework in any search engine, you are going to find out chai as promised. This chai as promised is nothing but whatever the conditions that we have been mentioned in the script, that will get executed as per the conditions what we have been mentioned. Now once this has been installed, once this has been installed, define or design the scripts. Now it's your turn to design the scripts. Let's see how the sample thing will be and how it is going to be executed. Sample framework script. It may be Mocha, or it may be Jasmine, or it may be Chai, anything. So just sample script, I'm going to write it here. Where so this is one type of validation. So here column I kept outside. At last semicolon. So this is the sample framework script where we are going to use it for our reference, where chai is equals to require thing chai. So like that we are going to design the script like this, but we can modify the script in our own format. This is just a sample thing where we can follow in our designing part, in our script designing part. Let us see a script which is having elements or something else after this. And once Mocha has been completed, one more framework that we can configure is Cucumber, which is also a BDD framework. Now to install Cucumber, open your command prompt and enter npm install -g Cucumber. Now npm install save hyphen dev protractor hyphen cucumber hyphen framework. Cucumber hyphen framework. Like this, we need to save that Cucumber framework to Protractor. So why we haven't done the same thing like npm install hyphen save hyphen dev Protractor Cucumber framework for remaining other frameworks? Why we haven't mentioned this particular command? So we have mentioned this particular command only for Cucumber because of pointing that particular Cucumber to our Protractor. So as we know that by default Jasmine framework will be there, we can install Mokha easily because those two are supportive frameworks to Protractor. But if you want to have Cucumber in our system, first we need to maintain this configuration part. Without this configuration part, no framework will get installed to your system, no scripts can be designed, no scripts can be executed. So make sure that everything has been configured properly. Everything will be configured properly. Now you understood this point. If anyone have any questions, you can just ask me. As I said, Jasmine framework by default will be there in Protractor like Node.js package. If it is not there, then what is the situation? Yeah. So if the Jasmine framework is not there, then what is the situation for that? How to install Jasmine framework to Node.js package? The same format we need to follow for this Jasmine framework also. The same format we need to follow for Jasmine framework also. So the same format means npm install space Jasmine, and then there may be a chance of downloading old version also. So that is the reason we are updating the Jasmine 2. We are updating the Jasmine 2. I hope you understood it very well. Now let us start how to design the script, basic scripts with text fields and all, so that you'll get to know what we need to perform in Jasmine even. So I'm going to open notepad file. To this file I'm going to design the basic script. So as we know that first I'm going to prepare the spec file and then we'll prepare the configuration file. So this is the default Protractor script. Describe. So when you browse about Angular JS script, you are going to find out this particular script only. This is a simple and very important script that we have. It just give me a moment, guys. I'll write the script here and then we'll continue. So we know that how to open the browser means browser dot get URL we need to mention here. angularjs.org. Now element by to-do list dot to-do text. List L should be uppercase dot send case of protractor first test script. Element of by.css by.css single quotation start value is equals to add close the single braces dot click where to-do list is equals to element dot all of by dot repeater to do in to do list dot to do's. I'm going to close this one. Expect to do list dot count dot to equal of minimum count should be 3 here. I'm going to mention it in the drop down. Expect of to do list dot get of I want to select the second value dot get text dot to equal. So the same thing I'm going to copy it here. Protractor first test script, it should be equal to this particular value. Okay, so I'm going to close the script till now. Done. So I'm going to save this file as a spec file. Spec.js is the file name, and then I'm going to start configuration file. This is nothing but exports dot config is equals to, I'm going to start Selenium address. So that should be in a single quotations https localhost :4444 /wb /hub single quotations close comma specs. There are only one spec file. In tomorrow session we are going to see how to execute multiple spec files. To do hyphen spec.js is the file name. I'm going to close this one with semicolon. save this file with just config.js. The file has been saved. Now your duty is to open command prompt, start Selenium WebDriver, WebDriver-manager space start, WebDriver-manager space start. It is going to start Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver has been started. So remember this point, Selenium server is up and running on port number 4444. Once I'm going to start configuration file, I'm going to execute configuration file. This particular command prompt executed so many commands after this. So here I'm going to give protractor space. I need to copy the path. So this one conf/conf.js, copy this path and paste it here. Enter. So it is going to start the execution part. See, some error has been raised, so that is the reason it is throwing me so and so error. HTTP parser or process exited with error code 199. It is all about like browser interaction or something else. So we will discuss about that. No need to worry. So I hope you understood this point where we can have this configuration part and where we can execute the script by using configuration file. But we have a pending task with how to execute multiple spec files in a single configuration and how to set up that particular configuration.